One thing to think about here is sometimes when you're palm muting on the different strings, if you look at the angle of my hand here, it's coming across. So what's happening here is something that's great, a position that's great for, say, palm muting on the bottom strings on string 6 isn't any good for string 1 because I'm coming across and I'm touching the string too far into this length. I'm not close enough to the bridge. So what that means is there's two things you can do. You can either sort of twist your hand round a little bit. So I'm just going to play some power chords on the rooted off the E string, and then the A string, and then the D string there. So this is one way of doing it, twisting round. If you can see, as I move down, I'm just doing this with my wrist. Or you can actually move down in more of a sort of parallel motion with your fretting hand like that. So okay, so probably don't want to worry about that too much to start with because you might just want to get used to the basic technique, because most of you playing will probably be on the bottom string on string 6. So if you can palm mute there well, then it's a sort of a springboard, and then you can get used to palm mute in different places as well. But just bear in mind that you don't want to be really solid, even though it feels like quite a sort of physical technique on the guitar. Sometimes you're playing a bit more heavily than usual. You don't want to be locked in one place. Sometimes you need to be quite mobile and need to move around depending on what you're doing. Because, say, if I wanted to play a scale, I might actually want to palm mute the top strings. So if you look, see what I'm doing there, I'm having to gradually move this hand around depending on which string I'm plucking. So that's one more thing you could try. That was a minor pentatonic. It was a G minor pentatonic. Let's have a crack in the key of A, fret 5 on the bottom string, because there's a ton of other free level 1 lessons using the A minor pentatonic scale. If you're not familiar with that, if some of this is going over your head, then again, check out those free level 1 lessons on the level 1 lessons page. What we're going to do is we're just going to play one octave. Remember, pentatonic is a 5-note scale, so we're just going to play 2 notes per string on the bottom 3 strings, strings 6, 5 and 4, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the octave A to A note to the A note 1 octave above. So here, because we're playing single notes, I'm actually going to use alternate picking, and you can try this as well. Just each note twice, down and up stroke, and you might find that you just need to adjust, particularly when you get onto string 4, you might just need to adjust your palm muting position. So I'm not going to give you a play-along exercise. You can just take your time and have a go at that. Just start on these lower strings because, like I said, most of your playing is going to be on the lower strings. And when you get used to that, you can try in the second octave as well. But that's it, basically. Now, if you want to try this in more detail, you can check out the Level 1 Metal song, really good for practicing palm muting with a whole bunch of different chords and riffs in a full song structure. There's a full backing track, play-along track that you can play along with, so check out the preview, Level 1 Songs page, Metal. If you fancy stretching yourself a little bit, there's even a Level 2 lesson, Time on Your Side, great blues rock tune. That uses a load of palm muting with power chords, really good for just sort of extending your playing a little bit. And just have a go with it, you know, just run with it. Remember, you can play the power chords in different places on the fretboard. Again, the beginner lessons on power chords are not just looking at the power chords, but looking at whereabouts you can play them, what the different notes are on the fretboard. So hopefully you could start coming up with your own own progressions. That's all I was doing at the beginning there. I was just playing a progression I came up with just off the top of my head. So hopefully you can come up with something even better than that with a bit of practice, and there you are, writing songs straight away. Great fun. So hopefully you enjoyed the lesson, hopefully you found it useful, and there's loads more on Coda Guitar, so look forward to seeing you here again soon.